Hey! 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 Hey!
So the conversation around the bio of the late president of Zambia, Dr. Edgar Chagwa, is very emotive for different sections of society. Obviously, different sides are offering different points of views. But one thing that has become prominent the past couple of days since the verdict in South Africa on Friday, there was a section of society that was celebrating, and pretty much there was some sort of mockery towards the Edgar Chagwa family. Some videos were put out, and now apologies have been sent out recently by the people that were involved in the videos. It even came up in Parliament, alleging to say the minister that was involved in one of the videos should apologize to the nation and pretty much the Lungu family. And one person that has weighed in over the same situation also is Dr. Nevas Mumba. So he put up a statement just a couple of hours ago. So he says, "Stop the mockery and disrespect. I've been asked by several people from all quarters my reaction to the disrespect for conduct of one named provincial minister." So that's a minister he's referring to in one video. One provincial minister and some non-cadres from the United Party for National Development, UPND. It is unfortunate that in our restraint from making hurried comments on a larger matter, the bigger picture, some people have assumed that it is a silent endorsement of the unfortunate behavior, and that we have turned a blind eye to other, and absolutely not. So he says, nevertheless, for the record, and for avoidance of doubt, we condemn in the strongest possible term the video circulating online of the well-known United Party for National Development cadres referring to the body of President Lungu as Akatumbi, a small or insignificant corpse. This is shameful, this is not Zambian, this is not Christian, says Dr. Nevas Mumba. No political affiliation justifies such disrespect. I call on the United Party for National Development, UPND leadership, to also officially reprimand and distance itself from this behavior. I call on the public to refuse to engage in such mockery of the dead. Let us mind what we say or do, whether in person or on social media. God is watching. Nobody benefits from such, and it is in such seemingly small matters that we invite and a withdrawal of God's blessing on the nation. I've learned that people involved have been strongly reprimanded by many Zambians from across the nation, and they have since publicly apologized. Let Zambians choose the higher road. So that's according to Dr. Nevas Mumba there, issuing a statement with regard to that. But one of the predominant conversation also has been with regard to the issue of rituals. Reverend Walter Mwambazi issued a statement with regard to the issue of rituals. Let me just play you the video so that you have a listen and analyze it for yourself. So this is what Reverend Walter Mwambazi had to say about the issue of rituals. Stand by.
Extremely unfortunate that the older sister to President Lungu made quite some serious remarks. And we know that what she made as remarks certainly comes from somewhere. Remember that when you see stories and narratives being pushed, they come from somewhere. And this story about rituals started literally from the time the president died, way back in June. They were already speaking about it. They say, no, that this, our president here, wants to use the body for ritual purposes, which is really unfortunate. And I'm going to address that now. Okay? Here's what you need to understand. We have rumors and we have reality. Let's start with that first. Some have alleged that the government's insistence on repatriation is driven by ritualistic motives. These claims, while emotionally charged, as seen with the way the elder sister reacted in court, though it's emotionally charged, lack credible evidence and risk undermining the solemnity of the moment. In fact, it already has done that. Okay? So let's be very clear. First, let's begin with the rumor versus reality. First, State funerals involve ceremonial protocols, not spiritual manipulation. Let's just get that right.
So he addresses that issue with regard to the situation that has been on the ground of rituals being performed on Edgar Lungu. And I'll play you part of that video later on. But obviously, there was a response in the Daily Nation. So neighbors must shut up, Kampiongo. Says there is wisdom in keeping quiet. Accuses the MMD leader as the worst hypocrite who should keep quiet over the funeral and burial of former President Lungu, and calls on President Hichilema to fire Mchinga Province Minister Sumutwe for mocking the remains of former President, head of state. So it seems like it's the minister being referred to that was involved in that video that was referred to by Dr. Nevas Mumba earlier on, and also a number of sections of society is referring to Mchinga Province Minister, and there are calls for him to get fired in one section of society. And then also, KBF also weighed in on the issue. He put up a statement, obviously. He says, I wish to give timely advice to all Zambians, particularly the United Party for National Development, UPND supporters, and national stakeholders, to show the utmost respect to the family of our late Republican President, Dr. Edgar Lungu, during this difficult period. This is not time for division or political point scoring. I strongly urge all politicians to refrain from politicizing the matter. Instead, we must work together and find a fair and lasting solution to the issue at hand, and a matter in which has now grown beyond the borders of beyond our borders, and become a concern not only to people in Zambia but also international community. Let us act with maturity, humility, and unity, preserving both the dignity of the Lungu family and honor of our nation. Kelvin Fubebwalia, president of Zambia Must Prosper and Tose Alliance partner there. So that's a statement coming from KBF. But obviously another section of society put up a statement. So let me play you another video of everyone is weighing in on this issue. Stand by.
Family. If you want someone to conquer the whole Zambia, the whole corners of Zambia, wala ndile fyo kutia Edgar Lungu kalale kula kwine ku South Africa. Ekwalale fyo kula pantu pali olopatolo wapi pasana. Ichile mana wa Edgar Lungu tabale umfana, tapali umutende, tapali kuikatana. Nomberi omuntu ayakulya, bale muneshana mundeke kumufunya na mundeke. Ene noruri na ile ruri ilio aile mwine mukufyuka kwako kuya nibo bashire batamsha ku airport nibambi kuti mwamuzubi ni chanchi kuti aleya isto shapwa isto shali pa kuma airport kuli eli aya kuli nomba aya fo muntu ero nomba wama ukuti ayo chitumbi chako sise kuno sise chimuchite send off bantu is a former president. No ni sitre ibwela mwefindu fimo. When you are wrong, you are wrong. Ile tulipana charo tuline mieyo mwebantu bakwaleta tulete mwana.
So yeah, that's one person that weighed in on that issue. And then Chitambala Moyo says, I personally don't think the nuclear Lungu family will come to Zambia after Edgar Lungu's funeral. They will stay away until after 2031. So he alleges to say the former first family will not come back to Zambia. They will be based in South Africa or where else until 2031. That's assuming that President Hakainde Hichilema wins the 2026 elections. That's according to Chitambala Moyo, issuing his own view there. He says that's what he sees coming forth.
Progress with this thing and just stop being tired. I think that's the most sensible thing to do. Let our president stay away. There's no love lost between HH and the Lungu family. No love lost. They never liked each other. Each one feels they were victimized by the other. That's the reality. So let's do it. let our president stay away. Simple. Let him delegate the vice president or whoever and let them do it, and he just stays away. I think for me, that's it. And since especially the fact that we have no legislation or law, I think State Council Sangwa was very categorical when he said there's been no law. It doesn't exist. So there's no legislation, there's no law to say that the president must be present. In fact, the whole aspect of state funerals, there's just no law. So I feel for me, that's the solution right now. Because we can't go around. And Annie asks, why does the family fail to forgive?
So that's another point of view, thinking no, President Naga should probably stay away. Then obviously the mass news will say he's a sadist. Akatumbi Kaleisa means under fire for more mocking Lungu family. Obviously that means now the boys in President Hakainde Hichilema's court, it seems like there are sections of society that are calling for the minister's firing, the one that was involved in the production of that video. Where the family of Edgar Lungu was being mocked. And yeah, so that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen.
A former president. We've seen all the rituals, if you like. For me, any kind of process where you pray and make summations are rituals. But the implication that is being made here is that this is satanic to some extent. That's what they're implying, that there's going to be some level of witchcraft, demonology, or whatever it is they're trying to insinuate. And I'm telling you for a fact, that state funerals involve ceremonial protocols. And those ceremonial protocols are open and available for everyone to see. You know, it's very unfortunate when I heard that people said that because the body will come and go into a special holding place at the airport or wherever, and president with his team will go and take a look, and then people say, why does he want to be in there by himself? I mean, like, really, people, are we even serious? Is that even a question to discuss? When you know very well that in any situation, when a body comes from somewhere, the most senior people, members of the family, will go to view. This is standard. I've never heard of a case where a body comes from somewhere and the undertakers and the people handling will not allow for that viewing. That is a standard. It happens. So the problem right now is people are reading way too much into this situation, way beyond just typical logical sense. Recently, one of my dear uncles, Uncle K. Mwale, his body was repatriated.
So yeah, that's another point of view, because one conversation that has been predominant also is the issue of the state of Edgar Lungu's body after 2 months. In as much as there's a possibility it has been embalmed, people are asking to say, will it be viewable? So Reverend Water there was simply making a point to say, most of the morgues, even in Zambia and South Africa, have got the resources for them to restore a body to a state that that can allow body viewing. So that's not an argument. If it comes down to it, grant the Zambians access to see their former head of state and pay their last respects. That's one side of the coin. And then news diggers say, Lamba Chiefs endorses Hakainde Hichilema. It will be a knockout for opposition next year. That's some endorsements have started coming through as we head into the 2026 elections. General elections, so an endorsement towards President Hakainde Hichilema there. And then details emerge on Anti-Corruption Commission officials are forced to leave. That seems to be sticking around. Chipata Lumanda's road be done before year end. So some more development coming through there. And then we are ready for 2026. The ground is fertile for United Party for National Development. UPND says in can do. That's the Minister of Sport, simply stating that the UPND is ready for the upcoming elections. And that's the news, ladies and gentlemen.
In terms of filmmaking,
yeah.
One of it, we don't even have a school yet to train filmmakers.
All sectors of the industry.
Yes.
In most industries now, no, we want a PhD or that's predominant.
For instance, if your peers have moved from a certain stage,
from bachelorhood,
yes.